My dear viewers, hello and welcome to a new episode of our program Cultural Magazine, during which we're going to bring you the latest cultural events that are taking place in Egypt. Please stay tuned.
Under the auspices of the Minister of Culture, Dr. Ines Abdeldaim, and the Egyptian Academy of Arts in Rome, headed by Dr. Heba Youssef, an artistic celebration was organized as the first cooperation agreement with the Conservatoire of Santa Cecilia in Rome was held. The celebration included extracts from the most important international operas such as Aida, Rigolita, The Costume Party, La Traviata, and others, with the participation of the Egyptian tenor Amr Talat, who is a member of the State Prize for Artistic Creativity. The event was preceded by a documentary film produced by the Academy that deals with the architectural styles of the most important royal palaces in Egypt, including the Abdin Palace, Al Qubba Palace, Al Jazeera, and Muhammad Ali Palace in Al Manyal. The film was followed by a lecture by Italian architect Giulia Grossi about the restoration work in the Muhammad Ali Palace in Shobra, which will be inaugurated soon. The minister said that Egypt and Italy are among the oldest countries that have established arts and culture as an important part of their civilization. She added that the cooperation between the Egyptian Academy of Arts in Rome and the Santa Cecilia Conservatoire, which is one of the oldest and most important Italian specialized institutes, comes within the framework of efforts to strengthen partnerships with Italian cultural institutions. The Ministry of Culture aims to highlight the importance of exchanging intellectual and artistic activities between the two countries, which sheds light on the features of creative movement in the two societies. The celebration was attended by Plenipotentiary Minister Nagi Rabba, the Chargé d'Affaires of the Egyptian ambassador to Italy, and a large number of Egyptian, Arab, and foreign diplomats, cultural advisors, directors of corresponding art academies in Rome, the Egyptian community in Italy, as well as a large number of the Italian public who expressed their admiration for the performance of the participating artists who are completing their studies at the Conservatoire of Santa Cecilia and representing many countries of the world, including Italy, Japan, China, Korea, Kosovo, Germany, and others. Minister of Culture Dr. Ines Abdeldaim recently inaugurated the activities of the 7th session of the Cairo International Forum for Arabic Calligraphy. The event is held under the title Pioneers Renewed in 100 Years, 1922 to 2022. It celebrates and organizes two pioneers in this field, namely Abdulaziz Abul Khair and Muhammad Hassan Abul Khair. The Cultural Development Fund sector, headed by Dr. Fathi Al Wahab, in cooperation with the Egyptian General Assembly for Arabic Calligraphy, headed by the artist Khudair Al Bursaidi, the Cairo Opera House, the Plastic Arts sector, and the Cultural Relations sector, with the participation of Azhar scholars and the Library of Alexandria, along with an exhibition as part of the celebrations of the 20s of the 20th century. The ceremony is prepared by the House of Books and Documents, headed by Dr. Niveen Musa, which includes samples of calligraphic panels from the Islamic eras in various types of fonts, which were written by famous people at that time from the Ottoman era and others. The minister said that Arabic calligraphy is one of the signs of identity, and she added that the Cairo International Forum for Arabic Calligraphy, in its 7th session, resuming with confident lines to shed light on the magic of Arabic letters. The exhibit also continues to play the symphony of pens and feathers, creativity over painting that speaks of beauty, and pointed to the inclusion of the Arabic calligraphy of the UNESCO list for the intangible heritage, which she described as an expression of harmony and beauty. The forum has also contributed to supporting the adoption of Arabic calligraphy at UNESCO through the ingenuity of the creations of its participants over the course of its previous sessions. The Arabic Calligraphy's Bursaidi is under the auspices of the Cultural Development Fund sector, and the minister goes on to salute everyone who participated in the preparation of the forum and worked to make it appear in a manner appropriate to Egypt's civilized status. It is noteworthy that the 7th session of the Cairo International Forum for Arabic Calligraphy is attended by 125 artists from 15 countries, including 63 Egyptians and 27 from other countries, including Serbia, China, Tunisia, Pakistan, Iran, Japan, Thailand, Algeria, Indonesia, Libya, Yemen, Afghanistan, India, Uzbekistan, Nigeria. It is worth mentioning that this session of the forum witnessed a large number of Arabic calligraphy artists. The forum was able to reserve a special status among the artistic recipients worldwide in the arts of Arabic calligraphy, with its creations and anecdotes of the arts of Arabic calligraphy, which has recently attracted the world's attention. The latter culminated in UNESCO's announcement of the inclusion of Arabic calligraphy in its list of intangible cultural heritage, describing it as an expression of harmony and beauty.
The Cairo Opera House plays a significant role in the cultural movement that is taking place in Egypt. Please stay tuned.
Under the patronage of the Minister of Culture, Dr. Ines Abdedaim, and the Cairo Opera House, headed by Dr. Magdi Sabir, a distinguished artistic celebration was held, which came as part of the celebrations of the 20s of the last century, and collected a selection of musical and lyrical works that represented a qualitative leap for this creative field in that period. The Arab Heritage Music Ensemble, led by Maestro Farouk El-Babli, revitalized the nation's memory and accompanied the audience on a journey to the past through some unique musical and lyrical works produced during the 20th century. This came as musicians Atif Abdul Hamid, Angham Mustafa, Ahmad Mohsin, Noha Hafiz, Ahmad Sabri, and Hanan Al Khuli all excelled in the performance of a number of compositions for that age. These works became an inspiring source for the creations that followed, such as Your Face is Shining with Lights, For the Love of the Prophet, Why is the Sea Laughing, and many others, which have all won the admiration of the audience. It is worth mentioning that the Arab Heritage Music Ensemble was established with the aim of reviving the heritage of Arab music and presenting various traditional forms, lyrical and musical forms to the audience, such as the classical poems, the monologue, and theatrical melodies through the most skilled musicians and distinguished voices of heritage with high-quality performance. The troupe performed its first concert on the stage of the Arab Music Institute in 2004, after which its artistic activity continued and it achieved a large fan base.
The camera of our program is always going after the cultural events that are taking place in Egypt. Please stay tuned.
Minister of Culture Dr. Ines Abdeldaim inaugurates the Egyptian art exhibition of the 1920s. Khalid Surur, the head of the plastic arts sector, accompanied the minister, along with Dalia Mustafa, the head of the Central Administration of Arts Centers at the Arts Complex, the Aisha Fahmy Palace in Zamalek.
قصر عائشة فهمي هو يعني خد منهج منذ افتتاحه مؤخرا سنة 2017 انه يتعرض للكنوز المتاحف المصرية عموما لان متوفرة لدينا
The Aisha Fahmy Palace Arts Complex has taken a path of preserving Egyptian museum treasures since its inauguration in 2017, as we have available a great number of artworks from Egyptian as well as foreign artists. We first started with our series of the treasures of our museums, including a selection of European works of art, the memory of the Orient, the characteristics of an era. Then we have our current exhibition, which is to showcase the 1920s. This period is a very important phase in Egypt's modern history in general because it compromises of many transformations. Beside the political and social ones, there were great cultural changes at this period of time. When analyzing this period, we can see that it was a time of establishment of the basis of visual arts, and we see its production in our arts at the current time. The 1920s were full of an abundant number of artists who set the basics for Egyptian contemporary art. We all know Mahmoud Said, Mahmoud Mukhtar, Raghib Ayed, and many others. These were very influential figures at this time. We present this period to show that there are periods of time in which there may be an awakening change to transform the arts, which is obvious in today's exhibition. In the exhibit today, we have a diverse number of artists displaying their works, yet we had showcased European artists in other previous exhibitions. Our museum possesses some works from famous European artists like Rodin, Renoir, and many others. We can simply say that Egypt is a country that receives art as well as an art exporting country.
Egypt is full of art. Egypt is the land of art, and we can definitely go from one phase to another. Today we are here in the Aisha Fahmy Palace, and of course the wealth of art that that I see is unbelievable. This is the contemporary part of art in Egypt, which is the 20s and the 30s, and I believe that the Ministry of Culture is doing an excellent job, and it's an excellent initiative or activity to do this exhibition for the very important artists, so that the young people, the young artists can learn also. It's for us to learn, for the young students from the Faculty of Arts. They can come and see, I mean, the art that is being presented here. The art is all beautiful, but I love the art of Mahmoud Saeed, so I'm extremely, of course, impressed for what I'm seeing here. Yeah. Art is to be used on a daily basis, to be functional, and to support the communities, and this is very important. So for instance, an exhibition like this will be very useful for, as I said, for the young artists. But art in itself can present a lot of support to the community. Art is considered creative economy, creative business. As if we speak about the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, so art is a cross-cutting part of the Sustainable Development Goal. Art can create awareness. Art can put positive energy inside our souls, and it's very important in this period of time for all over the world that we enjoy our art and have this peace inside ourselves. When I see this exhibition and these artists, they left us a treasure. So I feel I had a sort of positive energy now inside my soul. It's what the artists do to the community. For instance, we as the foundation of World Art for Development Foundation, we do work for the society, artists and the society. This is what we do. Like working on recycled art, on land art, on there is COP27 coming, so everybody is working on it now. When we say functional, the art can be transformed into, for instance, clothes, bags. This is done everywhere, like Van Gogh, Monet, all the important artists abroad. Their paintings are transferred into being functional. So I can have a bag that is, for instance, of course, a copy. I mean, you know, like a Mahmoud Saeed painting, and then it is copied and it is done as clothes, or I mean, as a bag. Or I had my own brand in this field, and I did transfer my paintings into art. This is why I'm saying functional art.
The exhibit includes a selection of the most important artworks of that period, such as Mahmoud Mukhtar, Mahmoud Saeed, Raghib Ayad, Yusuf Kamil, George Sabagh, Muhammad Hassan, Amy Nammar, Susan Adli, Shaban Zaki, and others from leading artistic figures of that era, for more than 90 works of about 20 artists.
I think it's a very important exhibition. It's good role the ministry is doing. It's not the first time they do such an exhibition, but I think it's very important. The collection is really very nice, very well exhibited. And I think, yes, it's very important. So just people that love art or really don't know about art would really enjoy and appreciate. The only thing I think they need that more people would be aware of such an exhibition, so it can be allowed to people, to normal people, to understand and appreciate art, which is very important. And I think it is very important that the ministry would enhance and try to publicize such an event for the public. Art can change a lot of people's minds and their attitude to life, because art is a reflection, of what we are living, whether it is old, it is new. And this kind of exhibition, this is coming well, no, art in general, but this to understand and to value that artists that are from the 20th century, and to appreciate this beauty they presented is of a great knowledge.
The Ministry of Culture is holding a number of activities to revive the arts of the 20s of the last century. Today's exhibition comes in a bid to preserve the history of art of this era. This is Savita Gindi for The Cultural Magazine.